Charming Custom Crafts. And this card is specially made for my son, or my husband. Not my husband. Jeez, oh Louise, this is for my brother. And I kept saying that because we played Santa Claus and stuff for the neighborhoods. Though we didn't this year. We ended up canceling because of some jerk in the neighborhood. Canceled at the last minute because a guy was like, "Do you know that it's illegal to put flowers in the mail?" I'm not even gonna go there. Don't want to go there. I ain't going there because I've never had a problem in Florida in the 4 years that we did it. And always invited the postal worker. And yeah, for 15 miles, I put flyers out trying to get Mickey 15 miles around with our phone numbers on it. And nobody ever said a word. Technically, it's illegal to put anything on telephone poles. And people do it all the time. Pardon me. And stop signs. And people do it all the time. Nobody said a damn word. And I flyered this neighborhood twice in their mailboxes. And then all of a sudden, 5 days before Santa Claus. And I'm going, really? Dude, if you're going to threaten me with that, you want to talk to me privately? That's fine. You got to threaten me publicly? And he's like, I'm not threatening you. We just thought I'd let you know that it's illegal. Well, duh. Anyway, I ain't going to go there. I'm going to stop right there. Anyway, so this card is from my brother because he used to play Santa Claus when my kids were really, really little. And it was so funny because my kids refused to go out and they were sick, really sick this year, so I couldn't take them out anyway. So he came over and my kids were absolutely terrified. It was the funniest thing, and I videotaped it. It was the funniest thing. So my brother and I were talking about because of the situation. And so he actually was talking about how much he missed being Santa. So I had to do a Santa card. And it's interesting because Glossy Accent actually changed the color. And it's, but it wasn't my markers. It was a swap. Somebody actually colored this. But I went back and enhanced it, and I think that's why it changed. But I went and I did this card for my bro. And whoever's marker did that, because we did a swap, and you had to color one thing. And I don't know why she colored the entire suit. But my brother used these big, thick black glasses, and I remember that. So I went through, I think it was my Jolie Boutique, and I had some leftovers from pictures with Santa stickers. And I went through and I pulled those glasses that were left on that pack. And I ended up Glossy Accent, and it was interesting when I got back up the next morning and went and checked on it, I don't know what markers that person used, but it completely, you can see how it's glossy, completely changed that really deep red to a really bright fluorescent. So I'm curious what markers she used, because it actually matched the paper in the back because it's like a metallic paper. And then I was like, whatever, like my brother will care. But I ended up using I think it was the Evergreen. I think. I'd have to go and look. But I used the liquid pearl, and I went around the edge to make it look like with the Jolie stickers, the light bulbs, and I put it around like light. And then I I went back and I had it's a double stacked, paper stacked, double layered, because I know you can make them, but this is not a made one. Pop dotted, double layered holly branch, and I thought, well, that's kind of cute because it's like kissing Santa Claus under the mistletoe. And we were talking about that too, because I have my dad's mistletoe, and it's very vintage. It goes back to early 70s at his mistletoe. And since I've kind of got the whole vintage thing going on in my house, which I like, we were talking about my mistletoe, my dad's mistletoe. It's a story about something with Christmas this year. So I thought I'd put the mistletoe up there, and my brother's kind of dirty-minded. I was actually going to flip the paper around to put one way. But the only reason why I didn't do that is because of the video with you guys. But I'm going to mess with my brother anyway. But my brother's a very dirty-minded man, and he could be very clean-cut, but yeah, no, he's not. I mean, you always have one of those in the bunch, and that's my brother. He can be very, very clean cut, very good. He's a very good man, though. If you want to be the most honest, very good man that's going to be there for you, it's my brother. But if you got one of those really ornery men in the bunch, it's absolutely my brother. And I love him to death. But, yeah, he's ornery as hell. But anyway, I thought I'd make him a really fun card, and I just put Happy Holidays. And I wanted to put oh ho. That's what I kind of wanted to do. Ho ho, oh ho is kind of what I wanted to do on the card. So I used a gold foil that I used on another card. I think it was on the Pinky series, if you guys were watching the Pinky series. And I could have done a whole bunch of Pinky series, and I thought, no, they're going to get real boring real fast. That's the reason why I stuck to just 4. Next year, I'll do some more pink. I think it was Sugar and Sparkle, and that was a recollection paper. And I just love that paper. It was so nice to see something different this year pop up for paper, rather than the plaids and the greens and the blacks and the reds. So it was really nice to see something different pop up this year. Really, really nice to see that. And then on the inside, I had leftover gold foil, and it was extra strips. So I was like, man, I'm just going to make it look like a present with the extra metallic paper here. And I had this tag, and I was like, oh, well, good. I'm going to make sure. I was going to play naughty, but I was going to be nice. But I had this tag, and I put his name on it. And then I'm just going to sign the inside with a note. So I thought that would be great that I already had the tag, and all I did was tape it down. So it worked in my favor. I have tags at my Yin Yang and Heidi. And I thought, well, you know, I kind of was playing. See, if I had done the messing around with the paper and made my own, take the paper and made my own type of paper, I would have put naughty. But he's my brother, so that's another reason why I didn't do that. So if I was not his sister, which I am, and I may be a hillbilly's daughter, but my mom, we're not that type of hillbilly family. No. So, yeah. So I thought I liked how that kind of came out with the extra paper. And it kind of worked in my favor. I don't think yeah. And this is funny because I found this. I was looking through my paper scraps, and I found this little velvet stocking, and of course I had Snow-Tex. But this velvet stocking was actually one of the first thing I ever cut on my very first Cricut. And I thought, okay, well, it's time to use that. So I thought it was really cool that I still had it. So that's actually one of the very first things I got it on. I used it on my Cricut Personal. And that was, oh my goodness. Think about when the Cricut Personal came out, you know, the little 6x12. You know, that was one of the very first things I cut, and I actually used velvet. And I loved it. I made a bunch of things. I think I made a reindeer. I made a whole bunch of things. I know I used, and that's some glue on the side there. I got to take that off. But I used, I did a reindeer. I did a whole bunch of things, but that was literally, I think, the second or third thing I ever made on my Cricut. So I just fell in love with it. This is one of the things, and this is velvet, and it has that little loop, and it's still a little loop. But I put a little Snow-Tex on it. But I thought I'd tell my brother that story. But yeah, that's I'm going to call it Ho 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 Happy Holidays with Santa. And that's what I'm going to call this card. And then I'm going to put nice. Or Timmy's been nice. Ho 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 Santa. And I think just because I have so many cards that it's getting harder to name cards. So those are the card lineup. And I don't know, like I said, from doing all my cards. I didn't do a lot of cards this year. Maybe I'll do one more for the lady in the neighborhood. Maybe I'll just do Valentine's for her. Because I just still have I have the 2 ornaments. And one is completely handmade. And then the other one, and that's for Mr. and Mrs. And then one is the baby one. I said that I was going to make it, and I talked with her mom, and I ended up finding what I was actually going to make, but I'm enhancing it instead. I bought it, and then I'm going to enhance it, which I already started working on it. It's very detailed. And it would have been just as more hellish to do it. So, Lily. So it's very detailed, even though that it's something I bought. So anyway, stay tuned. Those ornaments are yet to come, but yet her daughter is aware that it's taking me a little time because I always got something going on. But Christmas is already over. Thus, the last of my Christmas stuff. My boxes after 26 Christmases for my ornaments have broken down. As I was taking out the ornaments, I was telling them, I said, I think maybe I'm going to invest in some ornament boxes. And I found 5, 50% off, and then I had a coupon for 25. Though it's not the greatest because it was Kohl's, but, everywhere else it was sold out already. And the way I looked at it is I had Kohl bucks, reward points, reward dollars, birthday money, and then 5 off 25. I mean, I had all these things. So they ended up coming down to like $8. So I bought 5 of them, and that's a start to me replacing all my stuff. So no regrets. The way I look at it is that's the start of replacing all my cheap cardboard boxes with the film on the front that's coming off and the boxes that are completely split into grading. So anyway, so there you go. Ho, ho, ho. Of course, I could call ho, 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 yo, Santa. If you heard what my husband has labeled with Alexa, because Alexa controls my Christmas lights. Yep. All they need to do is a light show. I'm telling you, they'd have the market. They have a light show music box. They would completely have the market. People would eat it up and buy it up. Anyway, so there you go. I think that's going to be my last Christmas card for the year, and then I'll do some Valentine's, and I do have my son's birthday card. So just stick around. There's going to be 2 ornaments. Like I said, one I bought, but I am enhancing it, and it's very detailed and tedious. It's not like, you'll have to see. You'll see what I mean. I'm just enhancing it, and you'll understand why I didn't do it. It's for the baby. And then Mr. and Mrs. ornament, and that's the last of my Christmas. Oh, no, I have my brother's thing, and I got to do a video. It's going to be part B and part A. So there you go.